Excited to be on the panel with Asylum. I've done a lot of movies with Asylum. I like how they work. They're wonderful. It's a wonderful group.
What if a Hollywood heartthrob, once destined to eclipse Johnny Depp, vanished into the shadows? Not by chance, but by choice. Richard Grieco's electrifying rise in the 80s, fueled by raw charisma and rebellious charm, made him a global icon. Until it all unraveled in a storm of betrayal, heartbreak, and shocking twists. Was he sabotaged by the industry, or did he turn his back on fame to chase a hidden passion? From million-dollar mansions to a quiet studio, his journey holds a secret that flips everything you thought you knew about stardom. Buckle up for a wild ride through Grieco's saga, where every chapter pulses with drama, resilience, and a truth so unexpected, you'll be glued to every word. Can a fallen star rewrite his legacy? Or is the real story still waiting to be unveiled? In 1985, Grieco took his first steps into Hollywood with a role on One Life to Live, playing Rick Gardner with a raw intensity that hooked viewers. By 1988, he'd landed a gig on 21 Jump Street, stepping into the spotlight alongside Johnny Depp. But here's the kicker. Grieco wasn't just a sidekick, he was brought in to rival Depp's reign. As Dennis Booker, a leather-clad rebel cop, he stole scenes and split the fanbase into Team Depp and Team Grieco. His star burned bright, earning him a spin-off series Booker, and cementing his status as an 80s icon. Grieco lived large, cruising in a Ferrari Testarossa and a Porsche 911, his wrist flashing with Rolex and Cartier watches. He snapped up a sprawling Hollywood Hills mansion and jetted off in style, chartering private planes for whirlwind trips. At his peak, he was untouchable, or so it seemed. But success in Hollywood can slip through your fingers like sand. What went wrong for Grieco that turned his golden run into a distant memory? Booker fizzled out after one season, and his later projects couldn't reignite the spark. Whispers of a wild lifestyle and unkempt public moments stunned fans, painting a stark contrast to his polished past. His finances took a hit too. Grieco poured money into ventures like a clothing line and a production company, but the payoffs never came. Insurance woes piled on. His high-flying habits made coverage tricky, leaving gaps in protection for his health and assets. Once a symbol of swagger, he now faced a humbling reality, his lavish life a shadow of what it once was. Comparing his 80s reign to today's quieter grind, Grieco's journey mirrors a classic Hollywood cautionary tale. Yet there's more to this story than a fall from grace. What secrets lie behind Grieco's resilience that keep him pushing forward? Despite the setbacks, he's never quit the game, taking roles in indie films and TV gigs that show his enduring grit. His tale teaches us plenty. Spending big without a safety net can unravel even the brightest stars. Diversifying investments and planning ahead could have softened his landing. Back in the day, Grieco's bold moves paid off, like ditching modeling for acting, a gamble that briefly made him a king. Now, his modest comeback reflects a man adapting to a new chapter, trading private jets for steady work. His past oozes charisma, his present radiates perseverance. So why should we still care about Richard Grieco when Hollywood's spotlight has long moved on? Because his saga is a raw, unfiltered look at fame's double edge, dazzling highs and dizzying lows wrapped in one enigmatic package. He's not the only star to ride this wave, but his story stands out for its dramatic arc. From small-town dreamer to A-lister, then fading into the background, Grieco's life is a puzzle still unfolding. He once rivaled the biggest names, lived the dream with luxury cars and sprawling estates, and stumbled into financial traps that many could avoid with smarter choices. Today, he keeps creating, proving there's life beyond the hype. As we peel back the layers of this 80s icon, we're left wondering, could Grieco stage a comeback? Or is his legacy already set in stone? One thing's for sure, his tale keeps us hooked, a testament to the unpredictable pulse of Hollywood. Ever wondered what it takes to claw your way back when Hollywood turns its back? Richard Grieco's saga, a whirlwind of soaring highs and crushing lows, picks up right where his meteoric rise left off, a tale that's as gripping as it gets. After bursting onto the scene as Dennis Booker on 21 Jump Street, Grieco was Hollywood's golden boy, rivaling Johnny Depp with his leather jacket swagger and defiant charm. His spin-off, Booker, launched in 1989, promised to cement his stardom, casting him as a rogue private investigator in a sleek, noir-inspired world. But just as fans rallied behind him, a corporate showdown at Fox torpedoed his dreams. A bitter dispute over international rights between the network and producer Stephen J. Cannell led to Booker's abrupt cancellation, leaving Grieco blindsided. One day, he was the face of a hit series. The next, he was scrambling to stay relevant. This wasn't just a career hiccup. It was a wake-up call to the ruthless underbelly of showbiz, where talent alone isn't enough. But what happens when the spotlight fades and the world stops calling your name? Grieco didn't sulk. He pivoted fast, chasing the silver screen with If Looks Could Kill in 1991. Playing a teen mistaken for a spy, he leaned into his charisma, racing through action-packed scenes in a sleek Aston Martin DB7, his wrist gleaming with a Patek Philippe. The film aimed for James Bond flair but landed softly, with critics calling it fun yet forgettable. Undeterred, Grieco tackled Mobsters next, portraying the slick yet ruthless Bugsy Siegel alongside rising stars like Christian Slater. His performance earned praise for depth, a far cry from his TV bad boy roots. Yet, despite the buzz, Mobsters fizzled at the box office, and Grieco's momentum stalled. His net worth, peaking at an estimated $6 million in the early 90s, began to dwindle as big roles dried up. By 2025, it's pegged at around $2.5 million, with projections suggesting modest growth if he lands steadier gigs. His financial journey mirrors his career: bold bets, some wins, but costly misses. Now picture this: a star who once owned Hollywood's heart, now fighting to reclaim his place. Grieco's luxury lifestyle reflected his 80s peak. Beyond his Ferrari and Porsche, he drove a Lamborghini Diablo, turning heads wherever he went. His watch collection boasted a Rolex Daytona alongside his Patek, each piece a nod to his flair for the finer things. Real estate was his empire's crown jewel, a $3.5 million Hollywood Hills estate, snapped up in 1990, and a $2 million beachfront condo in Malibu, both now worth over $10 million combined due to California's soaring market. Private jets? He chartered Gulfstreams for cross-country dashes, a habit that strained his finances when rolls slowed. His insurance game was savvy early on. Comprehensive health plans and asset coverage protected his homes and cars, but lapsed policies in leaner years left gaps. Business-wise, Grieco dabbled in a music venture and a nightclub stake, but neither took off, teaching him the hard way that passion doesn't always equal profit. So, what's the secret to staying afloat when the industry writes you off? Grieco's resilience shines through in his pivot to smaller projects. Post-Mobsters, he embraced indie films and TV guest spots, from Veronica Mars to direct-to-video thrillers. These gigs, though less glamorous, kept his name alive and his skills sharp. His past as a teen idol, complete with screaming fans and magazine covers, stands in stark contrast to today's grind, where he's a respected journeyman actor. Financially, he's learned to live leaner, selling off a secondary property in Santa Monica to bolster savings. His real estate moves show foresight, but his early overspending on jets and failed ventures screams caution. Diversify, but don't bet the farm. Grieco's story echoes a universal truth: adapt or fade. His current hustle, from film cameos to art, he still paints, channeling emotions onto canvas, proves he's not done fighting. Why does Grieco's journey still hook us decades after his prime? Because it's a raw, unfiltered glimpse into Hollywood's fickle heart, a place where dreams soar and crash in the same breath. His rise from a small-town jock to a global star, only to face setbacks, feels deeply human. Financially, he's a case study. Early wealth from modeling and TV, his Jump Street salary hit $50,000 per episode, fueled a lavish life, but without steady reinvestment, it slipped. Future projections hinge on his hustle. consistent roles could push his net worth toward $4 million by 2030. His real estate centered in Los Angeles' hot market remains a smart play, unlike his costlier jet charters. As Grieco keeps grinding, we're left wondering, can he rewrite his story's ending? His fight to stay relevant, paired with lessons in balancing ambition with caution, keeps us glued to this Hollywood saga, eager for the next chapter. Can a fallen star find salvation in a canvas of raw emotion? Richard Grieco's journey, once ablaze with Hollywood's brightest lights, now unfolds in vibrant strokes of paint, proving that reinvention is the ultimate act of courage. After the crushing cancellation of Booker and mixed results from films like If Looks Could Kill and Mobsters, Grieco's star dimmed in the 90s. His net worth, once soaring at $6 million, dipped to $2.5 million by 2025 as acting roles dwindled. Yet, amidst the chaos, he turned to music, forming the Dunmire Band in 1994 and releasing Waiting for the Sky to Fall. The album, meant to redefine him, flopped commercially, with critics dismissing him as an actor moonlighting as a singer. Undeterred, he tried again with Wasteland Park in 2004, but the band fizzled, unable to escape his 21 Jump Street shadow. These setbacks stung, but they revealed a man unafraid to chase new dreams, even if they led to dead ends. Comparing his 80s fame, when fans mobbed him and he rivaled Johnny Depp, to his quieter present, Grieco's story is a testament to grit over glamour. What happens when the world stops clapping, but your heart keeps creating? Grieco's pivot to painting became his lifeline, a passion sparked in 1987 during his acting peak. Unlike the fleeting highs of fame, art offered a sanctuary where he could pour his soul without judgment. His style, dubbed abstract emotionalism, shuns realism for raw feeling. Bold colors and textured shapes that invite viewers to feel rage, joy, or solitude. In 2009, the Hollywood icon Dennis Hopper, a painter himself, saw Grieco's work and urged him to share it. That nudge lit a spark, but it wasn't until 2013 that Grieco debuted at Gallery Sparta in Hollywood. His solo exhibition wasn't just a showcase, it was a statement. Donating proceeds to Wolf Connection and fueled by the fallen, he proved his art had purpose beyond personal gain. One piece sold for $10,900, stunning peers like singer Johnny Mattis, who marveled at Grieco's hidden depth. His past as a teen idol feels worlds away from this introspective artist, yet both share the same fearless spirit. How does a man who lost millions rebuild without losing himself? Grieco's financial arc is as dramatic as his career. At his peak, he owned a $3.5 million Hollywood Hills mansion and a $2 million Malibu condo, now valued at $10 million combined in LA's booming market. His car collection, once boasting a Lamborghini Diablo, Ferrari Testarossa, and Porsche 911, has slimmed to a single Mercedes S-Class, reflecting a leaner lifestyle. His watches, including a Rolex Daytona and Patek Philippe, remain prized possessions, though he's sold lesser pieces to stay liquid. Private jet charters, once a staple, are long gone, replaced by commercial flights to keep costs down. His net worth, projected to hit $4 million by 2030 with steady work, hinges on indie films and art sales. Insurance-wise, he once had robust health and asset policies, but gaps emerged in lean years, a costly lesson in consistency. His failed music ventures and a nightclub stake drained millions, teaching him to vet opportunities ruthlessly. Smart real estate plays like holding onto his LA properties show he's learned to bank on long-term assets. Can art heal the scars of a turbulent heart? Grieco's love life, a whirlwind of passion and heartbreak, mirrors his career's ups and downs. In 1988, he dated Christina Applegate, a spark that burned bright for 2 years. Then came Kimber Sison, a decade-long saga of breakups and reunions, complicated by her brief marriage to another. In 1993, he lived briefly with Katie Wagner, but their romance fizzled fast. That same year, French actress Adeline Blondiot swept him off his feet during a European tour, but distance doomed their love. A rocky relationship with Terry Farrell of Star Trek Deep Space Nine followed, undone by clashing priorities and time apart. These fleeting connections, once tabloid fodder, contrast with Grieco's current solitude. He's unmarried, focusing on art and work. His emotional openness, evident in his paintings, suggests a man who's traded fleeting romance for. By the 2000s, the spotlight had shifted, and rumors swirled about wild nights and a career in freefall. Yet Grieco didn't crumble. He pivoted, pouring his soul into painting and indie projects, crafting a legacy that defies Tinseltown's rules. His net worth, now around $2.5 million in 2025, reflects a leaner era, down from a $6 million peak. With steady art sales and small roles, it could climb to $4 million by 2030, a testament to his hustle. Comparing his heartthrob days to today's introspective grind, Grieco's journey is a masterclass in resilience, proving that success isn't always measured in headlines. Can a man who lost the spotlight still shine brighter than ever? Grieco's financial story is a roller coaster of bold bets and hard lessons. His real estate empire, anchored by a $3.5 million Hollywood Hills mansion and a $2 million Malibu condo, now totals $10 million in value. A savvy hold in LA's hot market. He once roared through town in a Lamborghini Diablo and Ferrari Testarossa, but now cruises in a practical Mercedes S-Class, a nod to fiscal restraint. His watch collection, Rolex Daytona and Patek Philippe, remains, though he sold off lesser pieces to stay afloat. Private jet charters, a relic of his 90s excess, are gone, replaced by commercial flights. Insurance policies, once robust for health and assets, lapsed during lean years, a misstep that left him vulnerable. His business ventures, like a music label and nightclub stake, flopped, costing millions. The takeaway? Diversify, but research ruthlessly. Grieco's real estate wins show planning pays, while his failed investments warn against chasing passion without strategy. What's the cost of a heart that loves fiercely but can't settle? Grieco's romantic life reads like a Hollywood script, passionate, chaotic, and unresolved. His intense bond with Yasmin Bleeth, sparked on the set of Heaven or Vegas in 1996, was a whirlwind of love and struggle, marked by their personal battles with addiction. Their 1998 engagement crumbled by 2000, too fragile to survive. A brief reunion with Kimber Sissons in 1998 brought a son, Dylan Justice, born in 1999. Grieco stepped up after a paternity test but fell behind on child support in 2003, selling a property to settle the debt and showering Dylan with gifts to mend ties. His 2001 romance with Stephanie Nisnik was a rare calm, with the couple quietly attending charity events until their 2007 split. Brief flings like one with Mobsters co-star Lynette Walden led to a short engagement but no lasting bond. Never married, Grieco's solitary life today contrasts with his tabloid-fueled past, channeling his emotions into art instead of relationships. How does a rebel rewrite his ending when the world's moved on? Grieco's pivot to painting, dubbed abstract emotionalism, is his greatest triumph. His 2013 Gallery Sparta debut, backed by Dennis Hopper's encouragement, sold pieces for thousands, with one fetching $10,900. His art, vivid, textured, and soul-bearing, supports causes like Wolf Connection, showing his heart extends beyond the canvas. Unlike his music flops with Dunmire Band and Wasteland Park, painting clicked, offering freedom from Hollywood's judgment. He still takes indie film roles, directs, and connects with fans at Comic-Con, his Instagram alive with art and updates. His 80s icon status, leather jackets, screaming crowds, feels distant next to this grounded artist, yet both share the same defiant spark. Financially, he's learned to live lean, banking on art and property over risky ventures. His story screams, adapt, prioritize, and don't let past glory blind you to present needs. Why does Grieco's tale still grip us long after the credits rolled? Because it's a raw, human saga of a man who didn't just survive Hollywood, he redefined it on his terms. His legacy isn't just Dennis Booker or Mobsters. It's the courage to walk away from fame's cage. His paintings, fetching high prices, prove art can outshine fleeting stardom. Financially, he's a roadmap. Real estate and royalties kept him steady, while overspending on jets and bad bets cost dearly. His quiet life in LA, filled with studio time and fan meetups, contrasts with his wild 90s, showing growth over chaos. As Grieco paints and creates, we're left with a burning question. Is this rebel's greatest role the one he's living now? Free from applause but rich in purpose? His story doesn't end. It evolves, leaving us hungry for the next brushstroke in this Hollywood legend's canvas of life.